The resurrection is a core tentpole belief of Jehovah's Witnesses, but I don't think what they actually believe in is a resurrection at all. Now, I know that sounds like a ridiculous claim. It's not clickbait. All the little rules that the governing body has been putting the faithful and discreet slave has been sort of slapping into place over the decades, and how they have painted themselves into a corner to where the resurrection isn't a resurrection at all. What do Jehovah's Witnesses believe the resurrection really is? Well, they believe that maybe you are, let's say, ideal situation, you're resting comfortably in hospice care, that you will experience a seamless transition from your imperfect body, the troubles and worries and of the world and this system. You can set it all down, and you'll wake up and be greeted in a perfect new world. Well, is that plausible based on what the governing body has been teaching people? I don't think it is. So let's break it down. Oh, by the way, I also think that the governing body realized that this is a problem a few years ago, and they tried to patch this problem up, but actually made it worse. So we'll go into that too. But what do Jehovah's Witnesses believe about the experience of dying and being resurrected? Well, number one, they don't think that we have a soul inside us. So it's not as if they believe that God is pulling some sort of essence of us, saving it for later, or transporting it forward in time somehow, and then injecting it back into a perfect human body in a new system. They don't believe that's the way it works. In fact, they have many, many times as one of their main teachings that when you die, your soul is dead. It is absolutely gone. So what is it that they think is resurrected in the new system? Well, it's not your physical brain or your body, because that all deteriorates after you pass away, or maybe cremation occurs and it's gone. There's just nothing left of those original components. And why would there be anyway? Because what they claim is that Jehovah won't need that imperfect body anymore. He's going to make you a new one. So that part I can get. But if it's not the body, it's not the physicality, and it's not the soul that resides within you, because there is no soul according to them that resides within you. Our consciousness is just a result of our brain functions. Then what else could it be? Well, when I was one of Jehovah's Witnesses, I believed in the resurrection, and I thought that it would be, oh, well, it's just a copy. Maybe it's your personality. Not quite a copy, that's maybe an overstatement. It's your personality. It's a blueprint of you. What your personality is, how you're born with certain traits, and then, of course, experience and memory shaped that, and then you became who you are. You're a person that's a result of your genetics and also your environment. But even though arguably God could replicate all the genetics, he is altering them, apparently. He is making the genetics better. He is fixing little errors that have occurred along the way through centuries of imperfection affecting humans. So the genetics is being altered. And also, they teach that Jehovah's Witnesses that wake up in the new system won't call to mind all the the trauma and the bad things that happened to them in the old system. Well, okay, yeah, maybe they won't call that to mind, all that trauma. That's probably a good thing. But also, our trauma shapes our personality. So when we remove certain memories and we adjust the genetics, those are the things that make a personality. So even if it's just 80% similar, it's no longer the same person that wakes up in that new system. They may have some of your memories as a world, or as a person in this old world, but they don't have all of them. And they don't have, so it's altered the personality some. They don't have a soul, so that's not a thing. And it's a completely different physical body that's supposedly vastly improved. That's all great, but that means whatever has been resurrected or recreated is more correct, or just created in this new system, this paradise earth, isn't you anymore. Even if it was just 1% off, it wouldn't be you anymore. It would be a different creature, similar to you. I would say a vague, better looking, probably, a facsimile of you, who didn't have all the problems and maybe addictions and all the other troubles. Sure, that stuff's great, but it's not you anymore. So if you're expecting to pass away as one of Jehovah's Witnesses and then wake up again in a seamless process, that is no longer what is being promised. What is being promised is You will die. Your soul will die. It will be recreated in a different version with a different body, with a modified personality, with different memories. It will be sort of you, but an ideal version according to what the governing body deems is right, or that their version of Jehovah deems is better. So what will really happen is a different person will wake up there, and that person won't be you. So when you're going to pass away in this old system, that's the end of the line. What they should be promising is you will still pass away, but take comfort that there will be a vague, better replica of you in the new system. It's not a seamless experience. And of course, if I were one of Jehovah's Witnesses, my argument would be, well, that's fine. I mean, I'm sure Jehovah, he's all powerful. He'll fix it. He'll make it okay. He'll straighten it out. It doesn't matter. God will fix it. I trust in him. And that's fine if you want to trust in God, but I wouldn't trust in all the details that are being given to you by a governing body of Jehovah's Witnesses. They keep getting things wrong. They keep having to change things. And in fact, they realized that what I just said to you about that really not being you was a real problem. And I have evidence to support that. I think the governing body got together and said, uh-oh, we have a problem. It's not a resurrection. It's a vague replication in the new system. And this is evidenced by when Stephen Lett came out with something new a couple years ago. You probably remember the famous talk. He said, I was thinking about the example of perhaps a homosexual. He said it all weird because he's Stephen Lett. That's how he does it. And Stephen, I'm sure you were thinking about a homosexual. Me too, buddy, all the time. But that's not the point. The point is that he said that a homosexual person would be resurrected to the earth, and then they would have time to change, which means that a perfect God would create or allow a system that allowed people to be homosexual. So make them gay first, because 10% of the population roughly is gay. It's always been that way. So he would make that person gay, or a system that allowed them to be, then not like that, then resurrect them with those same qualities that he thinks are imperfections. So a perfect God is going to do imperfect work intentionally so that this person can change their ways and change their basic nature. God's made them now gay twice, and we're expected to believe that this person in the new system will be able to, or even want to, fight their very nature and just overcome it forever. Imagine asking somebody to do the opposite. No, it's required that everybody be gay now in the new system. I'm sorry you're straight, but you can't be. You're going to have to learn to be gay. What an incredibly tall ask, a huge, huge ask. It's impossible. It's a nature thing. So that isn't the main point of this, but I'm only bringing in homosexuality because Stephen Lett did. And he did this as an attempt to try to fix the problem they made, that the people in the new system wouldn't be the same people. So if I'm lying in hospice care, like I said before, and I'm thinking, gosh, I sure hope I wake up in the new system. I've really done my very best. I have so much hope because that's what the promise has been from God's organization. I hope I wake up in the resurrection, in this perfect paradise earth. Well, you won't, because according to their own teachings for decades that they tried to alter in an illogical way, you will pass away, be done, and a vague replica of you will be in the new system. Does that make any sense? So, of course, if someone wants to have faith in God and faith in a resurrection, cool. But why have faith in these men in New York who keep making stuff up, painting themselves into logical corners, or more correctly said, illogical corners, and then trying to patch their way out with more nonsense? They're just dudes.
The person you put up there ain't the person that comes back.